Hello everyone, welcome to our sports news channel. Here you are always well informed. I ask you to subscribe, leave your like and thank you. The Hall of Fame game is now in the rearview mirror and the NFL preseason is ramping up. For the first time this season, multiple NFL games will take place on a single day in doubleheader fashion on Thursday. The Seattle Seahawks will welcome the Minnesota Vikings to Lumen Field for the preseason opener on both sides. Both teams reached the playoffs last season, and the NFC rivals will try to replicate or improve on that success. Kickoff is at 10 p.m. Eastern Time in Seattle. The Seahawks are 4.5-point favorites, while the over, under, or total number of points Vegas thinks will be scored is 36.5 in the latest Vikings vs. Seahawks odds. Before you make any Vikings vs. Seahawks picks or bets, you need to see the NFL predictions and betting advice from proven Sportsline expert Josh Nagel. Nagel is the Sportsline assistant managing editor and a Nevada-based handicapper with more than 20 years of experience in the sports wagering industry. He is also 22-8 with his last 30 against the spread NFL picks involving the Seahawks. Anyone who has followed his bets is way up. Now, Nagel has set his sights on Vikings vs. Seahawks and just locked in his picks and predictions. You can head to Sportsline now to see Nagel's picks. Now, here are several NFL betting lines and trends for Vikings vs. Seahawks. Vikings vs. Seahawks spread, Seahawks minus 4.5. Vikings vs. Seahawks over, under, 36.5 points. Vikings vs. Seahawks money line, Seahawks minus 190, Vikings plus 160. Minnesota, the Vikings were 7-10-1 against the spread last season. Seattle, the Seahawks were 7-11 against the spread last season. Vikings vs. Seahawks picks, see picks at Sportsline. Why the Vikings can cover. The Vikings likely won't have Justin Jefferson and Kirk Cousins on the field in the preseason opener, but there are position battles to monitor. Minnesota has a proven backup quarterback in Nick Mullins, with the 28-year-old from Southern Miss posting 16 starts for the 49ers before backup roles in Cleveland and Minnesota. Mullins appeared in 4 regular season games and completed 84% of passes in 2022 for the Vikings and is flanked by rookie Jaren Hall. Hall has impressed in camp since arriving from BYU, and the 5th-round pick threw for more than 3,100 yards with 31 touchdowns and only 6 interceptions in 2022. Minnesota also has a talented running back room behind projected starter Alexander Mattison, and that leans toward the Vikings deploying a quality ball carrier like Ty Chandler, C.J. Ham, or Keen Wangwu for large portions of this game. See which team to pick here. Why the Seahawks can cover. Seattle is playing at home and prepared to showcase top-tier talent compared to a traditional preseason opener. The Seahawks are projected to utilize a pair of high-end young players in Zach Charbonnet and Jackson Smith-Njigba. Charbonnet rushed for almost 2,500 yards with 27 touchdowns in his final 2 seasons at UCLA, and the 2nd-round pick is expected to take on a significant role for Seattle's offense in the regular season. Smith-Njigba was one of the best players in college football in 2021 before missing most of the 2022 season, picking up 95 catches for more than 1,600 yards and 9 touchdowns. He was Seattle's 1st-round pick in 2023, and that young duo can bank on solid quarterback play from Drew Lock and Holton Ahlers. Lock had 21 starts with the Broncos before landing in Seattle and threw for 273 yards and 3 touchdowns during the 2022 preseason. See which team to pick here. How to make Vikings vs. Seahawks picks. Nagel has analyzed this matchup, and while we can tell you he's leaning under the point total, he has discovered a critical X factor that has him jumping all over one side of the spread. He's only sharing what it is, and which side to back, at Sportsline. Who wins Vikings vs Seahawks, and which critical X factor makes one side of the spread a must-back? Visit Sportsline now to see Nagel's Vikings vs Seahawks picks, all from the red-hot expert who is 22-8 on Seattle picks, and find out.